friends knew a woman called Clara who loved walking along a quiet forest trail nearer her home. She often noticed as she stepped onto the soft path, the rhythm of her breath would change. The deeper she ventured, the more she felt a sense of ease washing over her, like the trees themselves whispered a welcome. And it's funny, isn't it, how simply stepping into a familiar, peaceful place can draw your attention inwards. You begin to notice things you hadn't before, the sounds of the wind, the texture of the earth beneath you. Clara paused one day by a small rippling stream, and as she gazed at the water, she found herself breathing in sync with its gentle flow, as if the stream invited her to relax even more. The sunlight filtered through the canopy above, creating soft patterns that danced on the water's surface. Clara noticed how her eyes would follow the movement of the light back and forth effortlessly without even trying. She crouched to watch the stream more closely, seeing how the leaves floated along, carried by the current. Each leaf seemed to find its own unique way forwards. No rush, no resistance. And have you ever noticed how time feels different in moments like these? Clara did. It was as though each second stretched gently into the next, making her feel lighter. Her mind wandered, effortlessly exploring thoughts that felt like whispers, softer and quieter with each passing moment. And as Clara walked further along the trail, she came across a clearing she had never noticed before. In the middle stood an old weathered bench. She sat, running her hands over the smooth, cool surface, and found herself thinking about how relationships are like this bench, crafted, worn, and softened over time. It occurred to her that every groove, every mark, was a story of connection, a story of presence. And Clara realized something then. When you truly listen, when you lean into the stories others bring, you see those marks not as flaws, but as places where life has left its gentle touch. Imagine how freeing it is to stop searching for perfection and start noticing the beauty of what already exists. The bench, like relationships, seemed to whisper, allow things to flow naturally, notice, accept, and let go of judgment. And when she did, she felt a warmth blooming in her chest, a sense of openness she hadn't felt in a long time. After a while, Clara stood up, her body feeling lighter, her thoughts clearer. The trail back seemed shorter, easier, as though the forest had shifted to help her find her way. The stream, the sunlight, and even the old bench seemed to have left her with a quiet understanding. As she emerged from the forest and into her world, Clara noticed how vivid everything seemed, colours brighter, sound sharper, and she carried with her a new perspective, one that allowed her to truly see others, to listen, and to feel deeply connected. And as Clara walked forwards, a gentle, calming voice lingered in her mind, saying, "You'll notice how easy it becomes to connect with those around you. You'll listen, respond, and trust in the natural flow of relationships. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to feel closer, to share more deeply, and to strengthen the bonds that matter most." And it's fascinating how some ideas take root so easily, isn't it? You may find yourself noticing this, even without realizing it, and that's perfectly fine. Thank you for joining me in the forest today, and until next time, goodbye and good mental health.